Hi, this is Steve Walton from Tropic Heating and PatioHeat.com. Today we're going to take a look at this residential application. So we have basically three different areas that we're going to be talking about. We have this area that's going to be, there's going to be a recessed TV over here, and I'm assuming a couch or something of that nature in front of that. Down here below we have I'm going to call it either a casual area for just gathering, or maybe even a small table, something of that nature, even a dining table. I'm going to place a dining table here, and back over here we have an outdoor kitchen area, and I have a small table placed in that as well. All right, so there's a couple things that we want to look at, but first let's go ahead and look at the dimensions overall. The dimensions overall here, we have 30 feet by 13 depth here, 13.8 I have to the outside edge, and then 11.8 to this outside edge. And I have about 10-foot height ceiling. There's some things that we want to be aware of. Of course, the TV over here, there's going to be a fan, and there's already can lights, and the speaker up here. Now the speaker I'm not too concerned about, as long as we're not attaching a bracket to it. The lights, however, I want to make sure that we're not causing a shadow or something of that nature, so that's kind of why I'm choosing this particular model. Also, you'll notice over here I have a different model just for an example. That difference I'll describe here in a minute. On the kitchen area, we have 13.5 by 16.5 ceiling by 16.5, 16.5. I basically have a square here, and you'll notice we have countertops for prepping and cooking. There'll be probably a barbecue and refrigerator, etc. up there. And I have it at the ceiling at 10 feet off the ground. So I don't have too much detail about the outdoor kitchen yet, but these are just kind of general speaking items about the heaters out there. All right, so let's go back over here, and so these are CD 4024s. These are 39-inch long units. There is a CD 5024, which is a 5,000 watt. You could use that, and also you could use the 4,000 watt. The 5,000 watt would just allow you to have a greater range of output. You could control that on a dimming system, so that you can dim the power down. Let's say in the early fall, when it's a little bit warm out here, you can put them at, say, 70% on, or even 50% on, and then in the winter time here, you have them 100% on, something of that nature. Also, you'd want to put them on different zones, so you'd have a zone 1, zone 2, and you might also eliminate one of the heaters over here. And this fan I have here, it might be placed a little bit more to the left. I'm not 100% sure. I don't have actual dimensions of the ceiling, so I would need that to be able to calculate that out properly. But in reality, you'll see here in a minute, I'm going to show you the clearances, and this is what you really want to be concerned about. Now, the reason I use the CD model up here is because, again, the space that we have to deal with, as well as the customer is considering placing these as a flush mount. So in the ceiling, you need the flush mount kit. You need to build a 1-hour rated drywall box surrounding that kit, and then also the heater would fit inside of that kit. And that's why I chose this unit here. So the dilemma I have, of course, is this depth here, the lighting, and then the fan. And if I look at the clearance below the unit, let's see if this is the right one here. Okay, so here's my clearance below the heaters themselves, and you can see that I have the heater edge just touching practically the fan blade here. It's right at that 18-inch mark. So from this edge of the heater, from this edge of the heater here out 18 inches is the clearance from the side, and then out 18 inches, and then all the way down to 36 inches from this edge here, and the bottom 36. And that goes, that's true with all around the unit. Now you can see that that's only below the heater, so these lights aren't affected by that. So there is a clearance above, and we'll just take a look at that real quick. So the clearance above is 6 inches. So you can see that the bracket themselves will hold that clearance, or if you're using the flush mount kit, of course you would have a different package where it would fit recessed inside there, and it would vent properly and that kind of stuff. So again, this heater here I placed real close to this edge of the fan blade, and then of course this one here is close to this edge of the fan blade. Now if this fan here is a different size than what I'm showing, I think this is a 5-foot diameter fan, and you might have to eliminate this one if it's pushed over to the left here. So I think that's about it for that particular side. Let's go back over here. So on this side here, again, I'm not quite sure what the use is, but if you just wanted to heat up the space. Oh, did I put the array on here? Let's check that out. Yeah, I did. Let's go back here, just make sure I have that on here. So yeah, you can see, I'm sorry, yeah, we with the configuration I have here, we're not really hitting the whole entire area. We're missing the center of this space right here, and I have this just basically centered almost over under the fan that I have. And yeah, you can see that my footprint of heat isn't quite ideal, but it might be what we can do here. And then of course, you know, we're hitting this area here, and if we throw in a chair in over here, you can see that's not going to be affected by the heat ray itself as well. So it might be that you just put in, you know, 2 units here, maybe 3, maybe eliminate the one over here. I just don't know what this area over there is going to be like, so that's going to be up to the customer. And then of course, let's go back to over here, and let's just turn that off. So these are Slimline units, and I just put this up because you might choose Slimline over here as well if you just surface mount them. And the Slimline unit, these are 4,000 watts. These are 63 inch long units. And you know what I do, why I chose this is because the fact that it's just a it spreads out the heat a little bit further, so you get more coverage with that unit. And with over here, for instance, you don't have that depth to work with the lights and stuff like that. So I chose the narrower one, but still with a 4,000 minimum watt unit. Here we have the, you can see the footprint. Clearances shouldn't be an issue. I don't know what's going inside here. There's possibly a fan up here as well, and I'm sure there's going to be some kind of lighting as well. But basically what I did is I have offset this one from this edge because of the countertop. You don't need to heat up the countertop. So I think this is like 3 feet, and this might be 2 feet in from the edge. But again, we don't have the true dimensions of this space yet, so that's an important aspect. Let's see if I have the top clearance here. There we go. So you can see here, this is actually incorrect. I need to move this up a little higher, but this is this bracket will maintain the 6 inches on top, and then the 6 inches on the sides from any items above the heater, and then below the heater it's 36 inches this way as well. So that would be this model, and I just basically have this centered in between this countertop here. So it's the center point of the heater is at the center point of the countertop right there. So it just depends on what that true dimension is going to be. And of course you can use a C4024 and then flush mount them. The Slimlines are not flush mountable. They don't fit in the bracket, so you'd have to use a C4024 if you were going to flush mount this. And of course you'd have to build the 1 hour rated fire rating inside of that flush mount kit. Alright, well that's what I have for you today, and I thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any questions, please give us a call or email. Our email is support@patioheat.com. And also, if you wouldn't mind just giving us a thumbs up, it lets us know that you're looking forward to this type of content, and we'll continue to put it out there for you guys. Thank you very much, and you guys have a great day.